In the end, the Bruins had nothing left in the tank. Once the clock turned 60:00, after what already had been a punishing and grueling night on Causeway Street, the Bruins had little left for overtime. They had lost leads of 1-0 and 2-1. They had been outshot box score. If this was going to be a 1970 redux, a final round sweep of the Blues, they would have to tap into an energy reserve that they began draining late in the first period when Matt Witzelzyk's suspected concussion left for the hospital and the defensive core was down to 5. In the end, empty tank. Some of it was fatigue, said Bruins coach Bruce Cassidy, noting the final sequence, in which an uncovered Carl Gunnarsson hammered home the winning goal. It's a screenshot. The closest Bruin defender, forward Marcus Johansson, was not in reasonable distance of getting in the way of Gunnarsson as the Blues defenseman unloaded on the diagonal feed from Ryan O'Reilly. Parked midway down the slot, Blues defenseman Alex Pietrangelo set the screen. The Blues, working with an extra man with a delayed penalty, whistled seconds earlier on Brandon Carlo. And in net, where he already had turned back 3 shots in overtime, Bruins tender Tuukka Rask, 8 straight wins, was left with the goaltender's tool of last resort. You a guess where Gunnarsson's shot might appear? You know, they had 6 guys on the ice, so he might have been the extra guy there, said Rask. It was a quick pass. Gunnarsson let go from high above the right wing circle, with the 6'3", 210-pound Pietrangelo acting as shooting mark/screen in the middle. A shot to the right. He hit the post in the third period, Gunny, and he said he needed one more shot, said Blues coach Craig Berube. He was joking around a little bit. He played a hell of it. Until that shot, the Blues were 0-13 in Cup final games, dating back more than a half-century. And 49 years. The overtime was an exaggerated microcosm of the game plan the Blues prepped into Game 2. They wanted more puck. Exhibit A came at the 17:57 mark of the first, when Witzelzyk turned to field a puck on the rear wall in his right defensive corner. Vulnerable to a bit, the Blues took full charge in the OT, worn down even more on the shift before the winning sequence, the Blues owning the zone via a series of turnovers. They were able to serve. I thought puck possession in the offensive zone was huge, said Berube. That was led from the loss, their first since Game 3 of the Blue Jackets series, prevented the Bruins from taking a commanding 2-0 lead in the series, a possible ticket to their second cup in 8 years. It feels huge, said Carlo, asked about the disappointment of not heading to Street. Lewis with the Blues, successful with a more assertive game, no doubt will look to carry through on that MO in Missouri. They were at times, especially when we went down AD, I guess they wanted to put more pressure on, Rask said. I think that is their, none of which was the case on the winning goal. Obviously, said Cassidy, we didn't manage the puck well. We just weren't a related slideshow. Best of the 2019 Stanley Cup Final provided by Iman.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.